Our rig is overweight.
So am I, but that's a different video. We had no idea until we finally put this thing on a real scale. And it wasn't just one number that was off. It was more than I expected.
We towed this rig a long time before we ever put it on the scale.
If you've never weighed yours, I get it. The truck pulls it fine, so you figure you're good. That's exactly what we thought. But that doesn't tell you whether you're actually within your limits. It just means the truck's strong enough to move it. That's not the same thing. Go over on a rating, and you find out the hard way. A blown tire, a wheel bearing, a broken leaf spring, or something much worse miles from home. We didn't run our own math on this. We had the whole rig weighed by RVSEF, the RV Safety and Education Foundation. They've been doing this since 1993. They're a non-profit not tied to any manufacturer, so they're not selling us anything. They weigh each corner of the rig separately, one wheel at a time, and hand you a full report.
Hi, are you here?
Yes.
Is this you? Can I get your last name?
Harisco.
Harisco.
Hawrysko.
Okay, now we're scheduled for today?
Yep.
Okay. If you don't mind hopping back in the truck.
Sure.
We want it as it goes down the road. So even though you're 98 pounds isn't going to make much of a difference.
Gotcha.
We want it to be accurate.
All right.
We weigh before you go register. If you want to be weighed, we can weigh you. It's $70 an RV.
Okay.
And we weigh each axle of the unit.
Okay.
So we can do that if you want to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can go on to gate 7 and get registered.
We do want to get weighed.
Okay. Then what we'll
Who do
do
I pay?
is we'll wait. We'll take care of money tomorrow when we give you results because it's about to downpour.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll get you weighed. We'll get the truck weighed and the trailer weighed. You'll go check in, get in your site. Both of you hop back in and come back and we'll weigh the truck again, and that will give us your pin weight. And then you can come back tomorrow. We'll have your results.
Okay. Weigh the truck by itself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get you pulled up. I'm going to pull a sheet and at least get some of the information on it. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Every number you're about to see came off their scale. Not our guess, their facts.
Here's what the report showed.
Here's what got me. If you tow a fifth wheel, this is the one thing to understand. 2 of those 3 problems are actually the same problem. The weight that presses down on the hitch from the front trailer, that's the pin weight. Ours was at 26% of the trailer's weight. You want to be around 20 to 22. Too much pin weight is what pushed our truck's rear axle past the limit. And it put the truck's total weight over its limit too. Same cause 2 of the 3 problems. So it's not 3 separate fixes, it's one. Get weight off the front of the trailer. So here's what we did. At the rally, we shifted about 100 pounds towards the back of the trailer. That's all we could do in a parking lot. Riding with things on your sofa, though, doesn't really cut it. Then we towed it home from the rally, still over the limit, all the way back to our seasonal site. We drove it slower. We left a lot more following distance, but yeah, still overweight. I'm not going to dress that up. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The real fix isn't a parking lot shuffle. We got back to our seasonal site, and now we're cleaning house. The goal, 400 pounds or more out of this trailer before we tow it again. Everything that lives here for this site does not need to come down the road with us. And where it comes from matters. Taking weight off the front of the trailer brings the pin weight down. That's what gets the truck back under its limits. Pull weight from the back only and the trailer total drops, but the truck's still over. So the front bays come out first. That's the order.
We always thought having so much storage was a good thing, but the more storage you have, the more you keep.
Yeah, we've got a big truck too. I mean, we've got the biggest Ram 3500 single rear wheel that you could buy. We have automatic air leveling suspension. It can tow 26,000 pounds approximately, and it's got a payload capacity of near 4,000 pounds. Who'd have thought that we could put this thing overweight? We never thought that. We never thought that at all. Let me show you exactly what's living in this trailer. So here's the after. Yeah, it's not the neatest, but there's a lot of dead weight out of here. And that way I've got my important things like my toolkit, my blower, gotta have Diet Coke. I think we'll be much better off going down the road. This is what seasonal camping does to you. You build a home at your site, it slowly fills up. Then you hitch up and tow the whole thing down the highway without ever thinking about the weight. Nobody loads 400 extra pounds on purpose. This area is what we call the taco bar. It looks organized, but it's not. Oh, prime example. This cabinet and the ones around it are where everything winds up. Our junk drawers, it's all extra weight. Extra coffee pots, because somehow we own 3 of them. I'm not sure how that happened.
It's just accumulated a lot.
Yeah, we had visions of camping one way, but we wind up camping another way, and these things don't fit our camping. But the good news is, my daughter just bought a pop-up camper. So guess who's going to be getting a care package for their camper pretty soon? Cowboy coffee pot.
You have one in the garage, too.
That's the big one. That's for like... Well, I thought everyone was going to like cowboy coffee, but apparently I'm the only one that likes it. For those of you who don't know, let me show it. In this blue coffee pot, okay, Debbie says it's black. So in this speckled coffee pot, do we agree it's speckled? Okay. You fill it to about here with water, okay? And then you put about 1 1/4 cups of coffee. We use Folgers, and just throw it on the top. You close it, and you put it on a fire. Don't do it on your stove because it will boil over and make a mess, and then you'll get in big trouble. Ask me how I know. Once it comes to a nice rolling boil, you take it off the fire, and then you take ice cold bottled water, and you just pour a little bit down the spout, and you pour a little bit around the sides, and that puts the grounds to the bottom, and then you pour it carefully into your cup, and you've got some fresh brewed cowboy coffee. It'll put hair on your chest. It's good stuff. Well, aren't you lucky? You've got a clean cabinet. One more thing, and I mean this. Every number in this video is RVSEF's, not mine. We paid $70 to have them weigh us at the rally, and it was worth every penny. But you don't need a special event to check your own rig. Most truck stops have a CAT scale. You pull on, it weighs your axles and your gross, and you drive off, knowing your real numbers. It won't cost you very much, and it beats worth finding out the hard way. We won't get back on a scale till September when we head to Colorado.
I don't know yet how this ends.
We might pull all 400 pounds and still come up over, or we might finally come in legally. Either way, this rig goes back on the scale. You'll get the real numbers, pass or fail, right next to the ones you just saw. You've seen the problem? Don't miss whether we can actually fix it. Subscribe now, so the day that episode drops, it's right there waiting for you.